All right, welcome to The Explainer. We're breaking down a pretty alarming story today. The situation surrounding Pakistan's former Prime Minister, Imran Khan.
So the whole thing really boils down to this one huge, alarming question that has everyone, his supporters, his family, even the international media, on the edge of their seats. Where is Imran Khan? What has happened to him?
I mean, get this. According to the source, it's now been over 2 weeks. 2 weeks since anyone, not his family, not his legal team, nobody has had any contact with him in Adiala Jail.
So this complete and total silence coming from his prison cell, well, it's created this dangerous vacuum of information. And you know what happens when there's a vacuum, right? It gets filled with something. In this case, it's being filled with a ton of anxiety and just wild speculation.
And the source is calling this a complete information blackout. We're not just talking about, restricting visitors. This is a total shutdown of all communication. It means everyone, and I mean even his own family, is left completely in the dark. They have no way of knowing if he's even okay.
Okay, but here's the real kicker. This isn't just some internal prison policy. According to the source, what's happening is a direct violation of rulings from the highest court in the country. And that just ramps up the whole sense of crisis.
So look at this comparison. On one side, you have a crystal clear order from Pakistan's Supreme Court saying, hey, these 6 specific people must be allowed to visit him twice a week. Simple, right? But then you look at the other side, the reality on the ground, as the source reports it. What's actually happening? A total denial of access for over 2 weeks. They're basically just ignoring the highest court in the land.
And then the situation took a really personal and frankly a very troubling turn. According to the source, Imran Khan's sisters, we're talking about women in their 60s and 70s, were reportedly attacked by security forces. And what were they doing? They were just peacefully protesting outside the jail, asking for their legal right to see their own brother.
The source brings up a quote that's often attributed to Khan himself, and it really paints a picture of the situation. He apparently said, "It's like the law of the jungle is running Pakistan." It suggests that, the actual rule of law, it's gone, replaced by something much more raw and arbitrary.
So let's go back to that information vacuum. With zero official word coming out, what's rushing in to fill that empty space? Well, it's being filled with some really alarming rumors and accusations about what could have happened to him. So the source points to 4 main theories that are just flying around online in Pakistan and Afghanistan. Some people think he's critically ill with some mystery ailment. Others fear the worst, that he's been poisoned, maybe even assassinated. There's even a theory that he's already gone, and the news is being covered up. And get this, one theory suggests the government itself is floating these rumors just to see how the public would react if he did die. And look, this isn't just local chatter anymore. The source makes a point of showing that major international news outlets are picking this up. India's NDTV, for example, is reporting that Khan's fate is uncertain, which is a news way of saying they don't even know if he's still alive.
So, to really understand what might be going on here, we've got to zoom out and look at the bigger power struggle. And according to the source, it really all centers on one key figure.
The source alleges that the current army chief, a man named Asim Munir, is terrified of Imran Khan. Even with Khan locked up and silent, Munir supposedly sees him as the one thing standing in the way of him getting absolute power in Pakistan.
And the narrator of that source video? They lay out what they believe is basically a 4-step playbook for consolidating power. Step 1, keep Khan in jail on what they call fake charges. Step 2, use friendly political parties to keep up the appearance of a civilian government. Step 3, pass new laws to give the army chief power like we've never seen before, maybe even for life. And the 4th and most chilling step, get rid of Imran Khan as a political threat permanently. So as you can imagine, this whole power struggle is having some major consequences on the ground. According to the source, the country is basically a tinderbox right now, with public anger and tension just escalating like crazy. I mean, just look at how quickly this is all spiraling. A couple of weeks ago, the last contact with Khan. Then last week, his sisters are attacked at that protest. And this week, bam, widespread protests are kicking off all over Pakistan. And now, the source says his party, the PTI, and all their supporters are getting ready for a massive nationwide mobilization.
And this is where the source issues a really stark warning, drawing on Pakistan's own history. They're saying that if anything happens to Imran Khan, the country could destabilize so badly that it could actually fragment, and they're comparing it to the civil war back in 1971. That's a huge statement. The source is basically asking if Asim Munir even gets the kind of chaos he could be unleashing.
And so the source leaves us with this final, really heavy question. For a nation of 240 million people, a nation that feels like it's balanced on a knife's edge, what does the fate of this one single person actually mean for the future of Pakistan? It's a question with no easy answers.